This is when our little air fryer would come in handy to help melt the cheese, but it's okay. I'll just sprinkle it on top. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's supposed to go under a broiler and get melted. Oh, where's my? Let me see the torch. Oh, I'll fucking caramelize it all right.
Your hat?
If I burn it to a fucking crisp. Not without a lighter.
Oh, no, probably not.
I think you're pretty tough, sitting there holding that jug, tying one on New Year's Eve. Ho ho ho, and a bottle of rum. So peppercorn sauce. It's gonna need to be this. I think this is the thickener for butter sauce. Gonna cook the polenta in this one. Gonna saute the onions in that one. Saute the onions. Rosemary. Those can go over here. Thyme, rosemary, garlic.
Chewy girl. Chewy little boy.
Right, and then twist tie. Doink, doink, twist tie. There's that. Add half of a cup chicken stock, spoons of shredded cheddar, there's this. Okay, I'm gonna toast the bread in that pan after I do the onions. Oops, I think I need this one. Salted butter. Still smells like clove.
Yeah.
Just because I don't have the thing to properly crack this black peppercorns. There's that. I think it's got to happen pretty quickly. First couple things, I got to make the polenta and the onion soup pretty much at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
Soup, polenta, onions for the soup, and then these toasted in there. Work. A little bit of butter. Sprinkled with the parm.
So we had some people in here. John King says, "Hey, Mr. and Mrs. Old Guy, Happy New Year." The Bug Bouncer.
Cool.
Hey, brother. Blessings, everyone. And Natalie was here saying hello on her lunch break at work. Happy New Year's, Mr. and Mrs. Old Guy.
Come on.
Talk. Let me see. I don't see the mic. Is it on? I don't see it.
I see it.
Okay.
Oh,
I don't see whatever on here that you look for. But
on the OSB? OBS?
I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was looking at the wrong one.
Yep.
I see it now.
Yep.
I was looking at this one. What's that?
You should say hi, folks, or something. Yes, I know. What's the matter?
You get back real quick before we start.
What? I gave you food. Silly girl. You already had your dinner.
Goofy one. Oh, Goofy one, give me a kiss. Good girl. That was a good kiss. Good kisses, yes. Good girl. Get over here. Okay, let's see here. Sean doesn't go there. Charlotte. What was I gonna do with that? Oh, yeah, use that instead of bringing in the good idea.
I don't know what you're sniffing, but what you smell, but he was over on the couch and he started sniffing and he came over to Polly and
Silly dog. Okay, well I gotta fix this.
"5 minutes."
You don't play.
Come here, Chumley, are you a hungry boy? Are you a hungry boy? Come here. Chumley, come.
Beep. Ulrich.
There it goes. Better eat it.
How much time?
It's 4:56 and a half. So like 7 minutes. Minutes. Chumley, do you need to go outside? Come here. Come on.
Are you gonna be able? That's okay. I will walk it.
What?
I don't want that polenta to go in the freezer. So unless it's like at least 30s outside.
I don't know where your weather thing is.
It's over down at the start thing where you gotta see all, you know what I mean? Where you like see pictures and.
Yeah.
I don't know.
37 right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick it in the freezer. I want that polenta to get cold quick.
Janice is here. Hi, Mr. and Mrs. Oldham. Happy New Year. John and Janice are talking. Natalie and Nicole said hi to Janice.
Did you say hi to Janice?
No, but I will here in 1 second. I had to look at the time. It's almost time. Like 45 seconds.
Okay. That's good to know.
Seconds.
40 seconds.
15?
Oh, you think that's worth barking out there, dear little girl?
Go on.
Hey,
I didn't realize.
is it New Year's?
It must be
Easy.
because I didn't have to click it. It says in stream. So
Well,
it's
there
going.
I am. Happy
And
New
I
Year's.
Didn't realize it.
I guess we got several folks in the room already. Yes?
Yes.
Who's here, Mrs. Old Guy?
We got John,
John.
Bug Bouncer,
Bug Bouncer. Hey, man.
Natalie Nicole,
Natalie.
Janice.
Janice. Hey. I guess it rained, huh? That's who we got in the house so far?
That's it.
Well, that's awesome. Hey, thank you, folks. Happy New Year to you, folks. My brother Doug is probably watching. My sister-in-law Shar. Hey, folks.
I guess it's been live for like 17 minutes.
17 minutes.
That's what it says. I must have bumped it or something.
That's how it goes, folks. I guess you get to see what I do before we go. Guess we better watch out for that one a little more. Oh, there, this old guy. Jeez. Here I am all trying to figure out what I'm doing, and now I got to worry about that too. Boy.
Janice said yes, it's raining.
All right. Boy, oh boy. Now that's an embarrassing shock.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, me too. All right, folks. In case you're wondering what I'm doing there, I've got some stock right here. We had a small prime rib last night, and I saved what was left of that really good beefy broth to make this French onion soup. So I got some of that, and I'm going to add a little bit of chicken stock to it. About a half a cup, maybe. And I'm going to get started with cutting up some onions. All right. I'm sure Mrs. Old Guy will reappear at some point.
I just wanted to try to see something.
So did you find that? Did you see what you needed to see?
No.
Oh, well.
Janice says, yes, it was fun to watch you prep for the live stream.
Yeah, it's like, well, boy, oh boy. That's not what I had in mind. Got me all discombobulated now.
Sorry.
Alright, so I got some garlic. Yeah, it was fun to watch me walk around looking like an idiot.
Well, they probably watched me walk through the kitchen too. So.
Oh, well, oh my God.
In my jammies and everything.
Alright. So I'm just making a little whatever the heck you call it because I can't remember now. Like a tea bag for my French onion soup. Got a little thyme, some rosemary and garlic here. That's gonna go in the soup. Here in a second. Boy. That really got me.
Sorry, you got me too.
So, what's everybody doing for New Year's Eve other than watching me? Alright, so I'm just really trying to get my act back together here. I'm gonna get the onions kind of softened up a little bit. Maybe get just a tiny bit of caramelization on them. Toss in a little bit of shallot too. Woo! Little onion. I'm not gonna say it's French because well, I don't know. I don't speak French, so what the heck do I know?
Eli's here. Hello, I might be in and out for the stream. I'm with my dad trying to help him troubleshoot his water heater.
Eli, welcome to the of the year.
Janice says, do you call it a sachet?
Thank you, Janice.
That's what I call it.
Thank you, Janice. I just couldn't think of it. We're gonna throw in some shallots too. All right, I'm gonna throw in the other half. Slice it up. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and cut some more onion because I'm going to need it in the polenta. Now the last time I did this on the live stream, it didn't turn out like it should have. It didn't turn out as firm. It got all kind of soft and mushy on me. So I'm going to see if I can't get it better this time. The reason I chose it is it goes with the steak really well. So
Eli says, oh no, what did I miss? LOL.
Go ahead and tell me. Okay.
Hey, the stream button got bumped and it started like 17 minutes before he was ready. Joshua's here.
Hi, Joshua. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Getting stuff rolling right away here.
John's going to be going ghost hunting after midnight.
Oh, that sounds like fun, John. Woo! Let's not spill it. These onions are just about ready to to go in. They got just a little bit of caramelization, and that's what I want.
Janet says, Eli, you missed the pre-show.
A half hour of me acting like a monkey.
17 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to forget that at all.
Sorry.
All right. A little bit of this and a little bit of that. And I'll get that polenta going here. Get that onion. Onion and shallots. Oh, Charlotte! Okay. I always feel like a blacksmith when I throw a hot pan into cold water. Alright, I'm going to pick up a little bit of a mess here. And then we're going to move on. Yes, this should be a pretty good little appetizer. Looking forward to it. Don't want to boil it over. It's already easy enough to make a big mess as it is without exaggerating anything. All right. Boom, boom. I think I'm going to set this over here. Sorry for a minute. Okay, and I'm going to add a cup of chicken stock. Get some fire going on that heat. And I got some blue cornmeal. It's going to taste real nice. Blue corn polenta. I'm going to start, I think, with about a quarter cup. Okay, good show. A little pinch of salt. Woo! I said a pinch of salt. All right, we'll let that come up to temp. I'm gonna go ahead and throw in that onion. I don't want to put in too much. Don't want to put in too much. Asparagus. Gonna get these cooked up and make a butter sauce to go on these. Oh yeah. They can just sit right in here. Oh, did I not cut that small enough? Oh, that's the end of the oil now. Between the early start and now me cutting my asparagus too long, that's more than a fella can take. All in one night. All right, let's get that down. I think that'll work. Well, what can you do?
Oh, well.
What can you do? You cut your asparagus too long, you gotta cut it again. I don't think I'm gonna need that cutting board again. At least I'm hoping not. Just to make sure. I wanted to double check the current location of the steaks. Just the way everything else has been going here. I'm looking for a smoother landing or flight, whatever. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. All right. I better pay attention to this polenta here just a little bit, or cornmeal. I don't want it to like just turn to a one big glob at the bottom or something. It's not very tasty that way. I can put these away. Whew. That makes me feel better when I start putting stuff away. It means I remembered. And let that soup simmer for a few minutes. We'll get this cooked off. It should get really super thick, like for those of you that eat cream of wheat or maybe grits, really super thick, like cream of wheat or grits or oatmeal. It really needs to be that way, or the dish that I'm making just doesn't quite work. So, all right, you know, we're having the steak. I'm gonna make a bourbon, a black peppercorn bourbon cream sauce to go on the New Yorks, and of course these crispy fried polenta. So I'm just wondering what you all are having for your dinner, New Year's Eve. Whoa.
Jenna says, I mentioned in Val's live stream that San Joaquin or whatever, California has an asparagus festival in May.
Ah. Well, that would be fun to go to.
Yeah.
I like asparagus. When I really want to go is when kumquats are in season. That's when I really want to go. Oh, this is going to take a minute, and that's one thing about this little side dish. It's a little bit like risotto in the way that it takes a few minutes. You gotta stir it. So I'm gonna stand here and I'm gonna stir it. Everybody get over here, stirring stuff up, making trouble. There we go, starting to thicken up very nicely.
There you go.
Oh yeah, that's what I want to see. I'll turn that heat down a little bit. Almost like paste.
Joshua says, just having hot dogs with french fries for dinner.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. I like hot dogs. Are you having it like just hot dogs plain? Are you using bread, like sandwich bread, or actual hot dog buns? I'm just curious. I use bread almost all the time. Sometimes I get hot dog buns, but
Janice asked John a while ago where he was going ghost hunting at, and he says he's going in an old abandoned museum.
oh, that sounds cool.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, this is looking really good.
Natalie says she's having ranch wings and mac and cheese from the deli at work.
All right. Nothing wrong with that. No. I suppose it's better than opening and eating a can of cold ravioli. Oh, that sounds good. I like chicken wings. This is thick. Woohoo!
Joshua says we have Hawaiian rolls, hot dog buns with some mustard and ketchup. Janice said kumquats are in season from late winter to early spring in California.
Okay.
Good job.
That's. I am batting 1,000. I'm going for like mishaps all night here.
Natalie says that was funny, lol. Josh was laughing at you. Natalie says hashtag oh no laugh. Jenna says our daughter Megan likes cold ravioli from the can. She's actually the foodie in the family.
Cold ravioli in the can.
John's having homemade chili and
Done it.
cornbread.
Homemade what?
Chili and cornbread.
Nice. That sounds good.
Janice says it's a table technique, add extra flavor.
Flavor and texture. Oh boy. Alright, I'm going to put some shredded cheese in there. Let's not. Yeah, that wasn't exactly what I had planned to do, folks. Gonna melt this cheese
Better
in.
chill out there, Polly girl.
Oh, that reminded me of many years ago. We used to take bike rides through town. It was a different town. And one of our oldest sons was across the street from us. And we were coming up on the other side. Hey, Dad, watch this! And he went to get up on that pedal. And I don't know exactly what he was going to do, but as soon as he put his weight on those handlebars, it just went, whoop, and he, whoop.
Yep.
It was like he practiced it for 6 months. Hey, Dad, watch this. It was funny.
Yeah, it was. Joshua says a little fiber won't hurt.
No,
And Janice says tonight they might just get Popeye's chicken.
there you go. Again on the table. Okay. So we get to see what things are like around here, and not much goes the way it was planned. Okay. This didn't make very much, but that's okay. Just a little side dish. Little side dish. Okay. Want to try to get off what I can. Shape it up a little bit. Maybe actually get some decent looking pieces out of it. Cross my fingers. When I was shopping at Walmart looking for the items to purchase for the children in our annual Christmas party, I saw this thing. Let me make this disappear into a freezer. I'll be back in about like 30 seconds. Alright, I don't suppose that was even 30 seconds, was it?
I don't have any idea.
No. Then I guess we're alright. So I saw this thing. Who knows what that is? Get the excess blue corn out of the soup bowl. Now, really, who knows what this is? Anybody? For sale at Walmart. Polly, stop your barking.
Come on, come this way. There you go. Come on, Polly.
I'll give you a little closer look at it. Now, any guesses at all?
Jenna says a head massager.
Yes, a head massager. Now, you can't just shove it down and start like pumping your head up and down like it's a ball washer on the golf course. That it hurts to do that. You just kind of put it on there and just kind of.
He only says it's an egg de-yolker. John keeps
Wait for a
having
buck.
cheesecake for dessert.
Cheesecake?
Yep.
That sounds delicious. I love cheesecake.
An egg de-yolker, that's funny.
An egg yolk. Oh, the crazy things they have. I mean, really. I need to massage my scalp. It's been so stressful of a stream. Oh my. Is that what it's supposed to do? Is help like reduce stress? All right. So what I do with it, see? Mrs. Old Guy.
Can't keep blaming me for everything.
No, I'm blaming myself.
Okay, I was gonna say.
I didn't blame you for me screwing up just now. I wanted to use that pan.
Ah.
I wanted to use the onion flavoring in it to toast up this bread to go in the soup.
And what'd you do?
I put it in the sink.
You washed it?
I didn't wash it. I just put it in the sink. Once it's in the sink, that's it. That's it. There's no surviving the sink. Once you go in, you're in for good. Alright, so I guess I'll just have to toast up the bread just with a little butter. Ain't that a shame? See, I didn't make a career singing.
Jenna says don't make her mad or you'll have another frying pan handle.
Yeah, well. I'm not going to say it. I want to, but I won't. Okay, we're going to get these both in here. A little bit of butter on them. Okay. I think I'll give it a thumbs up. Should I taste the soup? Or should I just, I'm not going to taste it. I'm just going to let it rock, and I'll serve it up, and I'll let Mrs. Old Guy tell me if it's any dang good or not. How's that sound?
Okay, okay.
All right.
Eli says, I've came up with a really good pineapple salsa verde. Think I'll be bottling some for friends and family.
Oh, yum.
That does sound good.
It does. Got a nice little toast on that side. Not quite so much there on this one. I'm going to try not to burn them. At least I can do that, I hope. Let's see, boy. 20 minutes of me walking around.
Steve Russell's here.
Hey, Steve. 20 minutes of me walking. That camera's not even getting plugged in. 5 till like 30 freaking seconds before I go. Boy, talk about a good blooper reel.
Yeah. I'm not sure how the button got button.
Oh, that's just funny.
Yeah. Steve says, hope all is well.
Yeah, everything's rolling all right, I think. Still got myself all combobulated here. What am I doing? This is going to be... All right, got a little grated Swiss. Get my little bag. Hurt my finger.
Shame on
It's the life I live. On the edge. All right.
you. Eli says he couldn't welcome in the new year without an oh no.
Oh man, it was a good one. It was a really good one. Set that off to the side. I don't think I'm gonna need it. Soup's on the boil.
Janice told Eli, I've been getting used to the heat. I think even you would have thought Hot Bill's chicken was extremely spicy.
I love spicy foods. A lot of them don't like me much anymore. All right. So let's get some of the soup in a bowl.
A lot of times they say it's spicy and it's not really.
Christmas, and by the way, I hope everybody had a good Christmas. Mrs. Old Guy and I and our youngest son said, let's go out to lunch at the Chinese place down the road here. And I thought for sure it was going to be just jam-packed. But we got there just right around lunchtime, and there was like maybe one other table of people there. So it was great to be able to just go in and sit down and order and get our food.
Yep.
Rather than having to wait half the night.
Lisa's here.
Hi, Lisa. Happy New Year.
Hey, Tom and Mrs. Old Guy from Wild Man and Lisa. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year. I'm just serving up our appetizer here.
You know, he says, never had hot-billed chicken, but I'm a big fan of Nashville-style hot chicken.
Nashville's, oh yeah, hot chicken. Come on. There we go. Since I don't have a broiler, we'll just go ahead and just kind of melt that cheese this way real quick. Get that little bit of brownie on there. Boom.
Thank you.
I don't know. I hope can you guys can I see that at all?
Kinda. Kinda see it.
Kind of.
Thank you.
Yep. Let's get this over here. Got to pull my chair up. A little onion soup on a really cold night.
Delish.
Well, this old guy seems to like it. Hey. What do you know? Tastes like I've been cooking all day. But speaking of all day, it didn't take me all day, but I did make some puff pastry and a really lovely blueberry filling. So here in a little while, after dinner, I'm gonna make dessert too. So I might run a little long. We'll see. We'll see. I'm gonna finish this soup. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's really good. Janice says French onion soup is one of her favorites.
Wow. When I make seriously make a big pot of French onion soup, I like to use a variety of onion. You know, get yellow and white. I'll get the red onion. Whatever I can get my hands on. It's not too bad of a appetizer.
No, it's really good.
Haven't been to many places, at least lately, that you would even want to get an appetizer from.
You got cheese hanging from your chin.
Like, oh, nice. Cheesy chin. Now the Chinese place that we went to, they had decent appetizers, but a lot of other places have none, or nothing they make. It's all like bought in stuff, you know, poppers or whatever. So we went to there's a place down in Delta we went to a few nights ago. I ordered their hot roast beef, open faced hot roast beef sandwich. So two slices of bread cut into half, you know, in little triangles, and they put the meat over the top and dump some gravy on there. A little pile of mashers. Disappointing, to say the least. It wasn't even hot. I mean, it came out, it was lukewarm. The meat tasted like it was about 2 or 3 days older than it should be if you're serving it. And the instant mashed potatoes. I absolutely can't stand instant mashed potatoes, especially when I'm going out to a restaurant and expecting that they can at least take the time to make and mash real potatoes. Potatoes are cheap. Probably cost you more to buy those instant things. They just save you time. More times than not, I'm disappointed when we go out to eat.
Scott's here.
Hey Scott, Happy New
That's what
Year!
he says. Happy New Year. Lisa says, "Hey Tom, what's for dinner?"
Mm. This appetizer is some French onion soup. I've got a couple of really nice New York strips. They're going to throw in my grill pan here. And while they're grilling, I'm going to sear up some blue corn polenta that I made. It's got some onion and cheese. And I'm going to throw them in the pan. They're going to fry up real crispy. They're just beautiful. We got some asparagus that I'm going to make some butter sauce for. So, should be a really yummy dinner. Should be. A couple more bites of the soup. I'd buy that for $1.
Yep, it's really good. John says his chili and cornbread is very good. I love chili and cornbread.
Mm-hmm. She likes chili and cornbread a lot more than I like chili and cornbread. I like cornbread okay. I'm just not real fond on red chili anymore. I like green chili good enough. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I could start cooking dinner, but I'm going to give it a minute. After all, I did serve the appetizer. And I want that polenta to have enough time to really kind of chill and set firm like it's supposed to. It makes a much better side dish when it's not all runny and mushy. So.
Lisa says it all sounds good. And Scott says you like chili and chips.
Chili chips are good. Yeah, I like. It's not that I don't like red chili. I do. I like it. I just don't. I don't like it as much as I used to, and I prefer it in things like yours, let's say in a dip or something like that, or on a chili dog. If you want to go for that. So. Yes, indeed. Wow, that was good. I'd almost go for more, but then that wouldn't be an appetizer. It'd be a bowl of soup. So I better just kind of step away from the soup bowl. That was really tasty.
It was.
Yep. Well, I knew that the pan drippings from that prime rib would make really good stock for this soup, so that's why I saved it. And it was worth it. You bet. Oh boy.
John says chili and crackers.
Mm-hmm. Sure, chili and crackers. When I was in the military in Germany, I would go to the. They just had this little snack bar in the commissary area, and nothing fancy, just your regular, like, short grill kind of things, short order cook. You know, you get a couple eggs in the morning, or get a burger and some fries, just real basic stuff. And anyway, they had a decent chili, so I don't know, 2, maybe 3 times a week, instead of going to the mess hall for lunch, I'd go over to the snack bar and get a bowl of their chili, big handful of raw onions, big handful of cheese, and just about empty a bottle of Tabasco sauce while eating it. Yeah. Well, I like I said, I do like it. I just not as much as I used to.
Scott says, I have an old sandwich shop near me that makes amazing steak chili. It's won a bunch of awards.
Oh, that sounds good. That sounds good.
And Lisa says, hey Tom, did your son go back home?
He did. He's night shift. He's a night manager at a local place. So, yeah, he had to go back home pretty much right away, get back to work. But, it was fun having him here.
Yeah, it was.
It was fun. It was fun beating him at that little mini Jenga thing. No, it was good to see him. It really was. He works a lot, so we don't see him very much. Oh, I'm so comfortable sitting here. Just, I should just get up and finish making dinner. Well, let me just do that. I should start off by knocking down some of these. I got some black peppercorns here and a little spice grinder. I use a mortar and pestle, but I don't have it. Had one years ago, but it got lost. So we're going to do just a little more than a tablespoon of these black peppercorns. That looks good. Most of them are cracked. Some of them are still whole. That's okay.
Lisa says that sounds nice. And then Scott asked how the dogs are doing.
They are doing good. They're actually kind of being a little quiet right now, which is nice. Alright, so I'm just going to use this same pan. It won't hurt. Get those peppercorns in there. And I'm going to give them a bit of a toasting. Along with just some regular ground. Whoop, that's not the ground. This is the ground. A little bit of ground black pepper. Gonna throw some salt.
Scott says, I know a person who cooked with black peppercorns. They didn't know that you had to grind them down.
Well, you don't have to grind them down necessarily. If you want something, like in this case, I'm going to give it a few minutes in some water, and the hot peppercorns should just kind of soak it up and soften them up to where they're not crunchy hard. They won't be mushy, but they'll be a lot softer. Kind of like, almost like a caper in a way. Okay. And I'm gonna do that. Wow, got a good blast of that pepper. I'm gonna do that again. I'm gonna let this water evaporate. And then I'm going to add some bourbon to it. And let it evaporate almost down all the way again. I'll add a little bit more water. Just black pepper cream. It's going to be really tasty. Heck, I might add a little nothing to it. Just about dried. Smells really good.
Scott said they didn't soften up the peppercorns, they were hard. They don't soften up the peppercorn. Oh, he said it twice.
Yeah, it takes, they're not going to soften up right away, believe me. Even with these will probably still be a little bit crunchy. Nice little bit of bourbon there.
Lisa says, "Hey Tom, Wild Man wants to know if you are going to be like Santa and cook once a year, LOL."
Cook once a year? That'd be nice. Just have to cook once a year. A little bit of parsley. And a little bit of garlic powder. Just a little bit. Smells really good. Got my pan going here. It is really hot. I'll grab my steaks. They're gonna be good if I can get them out of the package.
Scott says he's having steak and potatoes tomorrow night for dinner.
That sounds big. Nothing wrong with steak and taters. A little bit of this in the soup. Turn that back up. I'm going to finish it off with a little bit of heavy cream here in a minute. Set that aside. All right. Get these steaks out of their confinement here. This is going to be good.
John says the neighbor just brought me some homemade chocolate chip cookies.
Yummy.
Steve's having wings.
Awesome. Just going to rub a little bit of oil on the outside of these so they don't stick to that pan. They shouldn't, but you never know. Okay, steak's rocking. If the steak is rocking, don't come knocking. All right, that wasn't good. Steaks are looking good. I'm going to crack a little bit of just want a little bit of sea salt. You guys, come on. Give me some. There we go. I'm not going to put any pepper on it. It's going to get plenty of that from the sauce. That smells really good. Alright, those are cooking. We're getting close to actually having food.
Yeah.
So I'll pull out the entrenching tools. Oh, you're going to want a fork for your steak, I'd imagine, huh?
I would imagine.
Alright.
Thank you.
You're welcome, I suppose. Alright, guys. Steaks in the pan. Turn that heat up a little bit. Guess I'll use this one to make that, although a little big. I will use it to make my butter sauce to go with that there asparagus.
get to it in a minute. I can let that steak cook some.
Yeah.
Woohoo! How many of y'all have been to a restaurant like Benihana's where the guy cooks it up right there in front of you? Those places are a lot of fun, or they can be. If you get the right guy, it can be a lot of fun doing those restaurants, especially because they'll just fill the table with however many people. You know, if they got 6 people that can sit there, they'll sit 6 couples, or 3 couples if they can. Doesn't matter. It's always nice. You can meet some cool people that way. It all smells so good in here right now. I suppose. I'll turn my oven on so that it'll be rocking ready when I come time to pop the dessert in. So, I said made some puff pastry earlier. Hope it turns out all right. I made it kind of in a hurry, and it was only half a batch, half of the amount that I would normally make. So I'm hoping that it turns out okay. I guess I'll find out. I'll find out. My guess is it turned out just fine. So there was a little mishap, an oh no, with our gingerbread houses. I guess Polly had some separation issues after the last of her puppies went to their new house and or new homes. And whenever we would leave her and Chumley home by themselves, she was getting into everything, chewing stuff up. She chewed up our TV remote. She chewed up a package I had to return to Amazon, and she managed to pull down and chew up gingerbread house. She didn't really eat it. It just kind of
Tore it apart.
tore apart. Yeah.
Big mess.
Huge mess, yeah. Both of them. Both gingerbread houses. She ate the bubble gum off of the top of one of them. She liked the bubble gum. Okay, let's give this a little turn.
The gills here.
Here we go. Happy New Year. We got steaks in the grill pan here. They'll be turning. And, oh, heck. I'm forgetting something here.
Uh-oh.
So what am I going to do about this? Okay. I got to get my polenta frying. Good thing the steak will have to sit for a couple minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, let's pour that cream in. Finish off this sauce.
Jill says Happy New Year.
I'm sorry?
Jill says Happy New Year.
Yes, Happy New Year. It's been a heck of a stream. Let's see, what have I got to do? Okay. This I can put this over here and it'll be okay. Slide that down there. I need the sauce. And then reach another pan. Just something else for me to wash. No biggie. Okay. We'll get the heat on this. I'm going to disappear for a minute and grab the polenta. Hopefully it's set.
Yeah.
I think I'm in luck. Let that cream sauce reduce a little bit. Pan's getting hot, that's what I want. I can use some of that butter. Try and get this all pulled together at the same time. We'll see how well I do. Cut this polenta. It's close to firm enough. Okay, steaks look good. Beautiful. Little sprinkle here. Woo! That's it for that stuff. All right. Gonna be that way, are you? Try and get them out of the pan now. That'll work. Not perfect, but it's good enough. Get that rocking. I need a drink. Holy smokies. One more shot. A little more cream. Yum. That's really good. That's right. Need more butter. Let's get that butter melted. What do? I turn my steaks down.
Uh-oh.
That's okay. I didn't want to fill the house with smoke like I did the other day. There was a design flaw with this thing. We bought an air fryer oven rotisserie combination thing. And I love rotisserie chicken. So we got the chicken rolling in about 45 minutes or so into the cooking. The house was just filled with smoke. So yeah, unless you have a kitchen where the kitchen vent is more than just something that circulates it from one part to the other and actually vents outside, yeah, it's not a great thing to use on. It's not a good idea to try and do a chicken inside. You just put it out on the back porch and let it finish.
Yep.
It was good. Good chicken.
Lisa says, hey Tom, Crazy Dad Show got me and Wild Man dinner tonight. We had pizza and french fries. He's a good guy.
Yeah. That sounds good. Oh, come on. steaks are looking delicious. Butter looks good. Alright. A little bit of water. And a little pinch of salt. Polentas are ready to turn. Ha ha ha! Shut those off, let them finish. Things are coming together pretty quickly. Oh, come on now. Woohoo! That can go off. Things are coming to a head here. Come on. Just a little cornstarch in there to thicken this. Too much going on with one hand here.
What kind of pizza did he get you? Did you guys have tonight?
Pepperoni? Love pepperoni pizza. That's off. Okay. Steaks are done. Horse will be ready in 20 minutes, fly. Shoo. All right.
Yep. The Dad Cave's here. Happy New Year, everyone.
Jared, Happy New Year. And I'm sorry I missed your 1,000 sub stream. I had planned on being there, and I started watching these stupid ancient alien things on TV, and I totally forgot. So I'm sorry, but congratulations, man! 1,000 subs. That's awesome. Hope to get there soon myself, one of these days. Happy New Year! Steak. Okay, that's good, that's good. Let's get some asparagus.
Yes, it was pepperoni and cheese.
Awesome. Just gonna do that by fingers if you don't care. If you do care, it's too late. Alright. Drain a little of that off because I know you don't like it. Should be done enough for you there, Mrs. Old Guy.
Thank you. The Dad Cave says, no worries, Tom. Ancient alien episodes are totally acceptable. Didn't miss my live stream. Doug. Good evening.
Ooh.
Yeah, Happy New Year to you too.
Alright. Pan's hot. The sauce isn't quite as thick as I wanted it to be.
Ooh,
So I'm
yum.
gonna give it a minute. Let's see if I can't thicken it up some. Some of that butter sauce on the steak, or on the asparagus.
Cool.
Let's see if I can't get that sauce to thicken up just a little bit.
Thank you. I hope you guys have a.
At least thick enough to coat the back of a spoon. It's like water.
Okay. Yeah, they're probably not.
Make sure all
Okay.
these pans are
Have a
everything
good
shut
night.
off,
Bye.
off. Except for this one. What are they having?
They went to Red Lobster earlier this afternoon, so that's what they had for theirs.
Red Lobster.
And now they're just kind of snacking on cheese and crackers and that kind of stuff, and having some drinks.
Cool.
And
Well, awesome, Brother Doug. Red Lobster. Been a long time since I went to a Red Lobster. In fact, I'm pretty sure I was in my 20s the last time I went to a Red Lobster. That was like 5,000 years ago. Okay, that's an exaggeration. They didn't have Red Lobsters 5,000 years ago. Okay.
the dad kid says, I'm playing with lasers and drinking coffee. What's everyone else doing tonight?
Nice. Well, I think after the stream, I'm going to do some film editing. Try to put together a kind of a blooper thing. That's what I'm doing. Oh, I think this is, that's better. That's better. It's not quite so thin. Let's give this put some of that on your steak there.
Thank you.
Yep.
Doug said he hopes that you didn't overcook the steak.
Oh, it's not overcooked, I can guarantee you. All right.
And he also said Happy New Year.
Awesome. Guess I'll give a quick peek to the guys. There it is. And crispy blue crispy blue corn polenta. Of course, asparagus and steak with that sauce.
Yum. Thank you.
Yep. Utensils. You want a salt and pepper stuff?
Thank you.
Then I'll wait here so I can take it. Because I might want a salt and pepper stuff too, you know. Of course, I don't know how much I'll be peppering the pepper sauce, but that may be a little bit redundant. And I have another sharp knife. What do I do with it? Right. All right, here we go.
Dad Cave says looks amazing. Travis M
Travis M.
says looks amazing. Amazing. Great job, old guy.
Well, thank you, and
He just came in.
welcome. I don't remember the name, so welcome to Old Guy's Kitchen. It's what I do on Saturday nights, and I cook food. And Happy New Year to you folks. Let's give this steak a try. Let's see how good this sauce is. First of all, that is a really nice looking medium rare.
Yeah, it is. That's really good.
Oh man. Mm. Mm. That creamy bourbon bacon, creamy bourbon black pepper sauce. It's just, yeah, that is amazing. So good. The peppers do have somewhat of a little bit of a crunch left to them, but not like eating the dry one, that's for sure. Mm. The steak is super tender. Yeah, the peppercorns that are still whole, they're soft. They're kind of chewy, almost like a dried fruit. Really good.
Dad Cape says they need smell-o-vision.
They do. They really do. Now let's get a bite of this cheesy blue corn polenta.
Dad Cape says blooper reels are fun. I missed that, sorry.
Well, I got a good 20-minute one.
Janice says, are you going to include the polenta incident?
I think I should.
Wild Man says he would like to know if it's better than Sonic's.
Is what better than Sonic's?
And John said smell-o-vision would be nice.
Man. That had white corn, regular yellow corn, polenta, but I just think that the blue corn gets a creamier texture to it. That's so good. Nice little accompaniment with that steak.
It's very good.
That sauce. The sauce is so good. That sauce is so good I could eat it for dinner.
Mhm.
I wish you guys could really smell taste division. I'm pretty sure it'd make your tongue slap the back of your head. Asparagus is done nice. Butter sauce could have been a little more salty. Yep. I'm not having any problem going down with this steak. We went to this place called Crunch Waffle for breakfast, and that was it all day. So I was ready for dinner.
It was more like brunch for that.
Yeah, it was a little later in the morning. It was snowing pretty good here most of the day. We wanted to wait till the road had at least been plowed. I don't mind being behind the plow, but I hate one coming at me. They always seem so wide. But I could just see my front end getting clipped by the outside edge of that snow blade. No, thank you. Okay. So next week, Saturday, is the return of the wheel. And we are back to our previous selections. And I believe, let's see, we did vodka pasta recently. I'm trying to remember. All right, Miss Olga, you're going to have to tell me.
Chicken a la king.
Chicken a la king. And I think John
Yep.
requested that. So, John, next Saturday night, the first viewer requested dinner of the whole year is going to you, buddy.
Lisa says, is your dinner better than Sonic's?
Oh. Yes. Yes, I'd say at least 5 times better.
Travis says, my dad is in the hospital. Christmas wasn't the same this year. I hope 2023 is a better year.
Oh. I'm sorry to hear your dad's in the hospital. I hope that whatever his ailment or whatever, I'll certainly hope he gets to come home and he improves greatly. So I hope that for you.
Eli says, did I miss more oh no's?
I don't know. Did you see the polenta drop? Maybe I should make that an annual thing. New York drops the ball. I flip over and drop the plop of blue corn polenta. No, maybe not.
Jenna says she hopes Travis's dad gets well soon, and her mom is in the hospital right now too.
Oh,
Sorry to hear that, you guys.
yeah. I'm really sorry to hear about that. Well, well wishes to her as well. Absolutely. Well, I certainly hope she gets better.
John says, can't wait till next weekend.
Should be good. I like chicken a la king. Heck, I might even go ahead and make some bread bowls to serve that in. You think that'd be good?
Jana says, I think the polenta drop will definitely replace the apple drop in New York.
I hope so.
Oh, geez, New Year's polenta drop.
The big
Eli
New
says.
Year's purple polenta drop.
Steve says, how is your asparagus?
Asparagus is really good. You would think that it would be overcooked, but it's really not.
No.
Still got a nice little kind of snap to it, but it's not raw.
Yeah, it's really good. Polenta turned out good.
And I got my oven up to temp so that I can just go ahead and get dessert put together and put in, get it baked. Like I said, if I run a little bit long tonight, I don't care. I'm not going anywhere. And definitely staying home.
Travis says he loves asparagus with a lot of butter.
Mm-hmm. We made that nice thick butter sauce to go with that asparagus. Is so good.
Steve says nice.
By the way, we are due for just about ready to fill that wheel with dinner suggestions again. So please, if you haven't suggested anything, if you got an idea for a dinner suggestion and you would like to see me cook it on my live stream on Saturday night, please let us know, and Mrs. Ogai will make a note of it, and then it'll get put on the spinning wheel, and that's how I choose each one. I figured for a while I was just gonna hold my hand over my eyes and point to the one we had written down on this dry erase board until I decided just to take that dry erase board and make it into a wheel and pick it that way. So please, dinner suggestions, if you will. Mm-hmm.
Eli says they found the hot water heater problem.
Oh, what was it?
A bad thermopile.
Oh, thermopile?
Lisa says, I hope the new year is better. My car is down, having to put it in the shop to get it fixed.
Who?
Lisa.
Lisa. Oh, that's a bummer. Car stuff is such a drag because it just seems like it never ends. Once it's something, you know, once you got something going on, you got to get fixed. It just seems like it just keeps coming, one after the other.
Yeah, it says, yeah, time for dessert.
Time for dessert, yes, coming up.
And Travis Adams says, any specials tomorrow?
No, I don't believe I'll be doing any streams tomorrow. I hadn't planned on it anyway. That doesn't mean that I won't. It's not out of the realm of possibility. I just don't know what I do. Other than sit here and just kind of randomly talk at you for however long on whatever topic. And for those of you that are interested, we have gotten all kinds of photographs from all the people that got our puppies this last time. They are all doing really well. They all went to really loving homes and families. Some have kids, some have other dogs. So, you know, they got themselves all got themselves a really good home. So, for those of you that are interested, there is that bit of good news. So,
Yep.
Yep. And that is the end of it for us. No more little living, breathing, eating poop machines. That's enough of those. A little bit of sauce. How you doing over there?
Doing good.
All right.
About done. Oh.
This sauce is really good and it is so simple to make. If you haven't had one or haven't made it, you really should give it a try sometime.
Janice told Lisa that her car was finally fixed. She has an old car that they had to find parts for. And Eli says, I missed my 79 El Camino.
Yeah, I had an old Willys Jeep I miss. Pretty cool old thing. Bought it from my brother, one of my brothers. They only had I think I read somewhere that they had only made 350 of them or 250 of them with that particular year, with the double doors in the back instead of the gate doors that opened, you know, from top and bottom that way. They had doors that swung out from side to side. There's a very few of those, and it had a really nice 327 Vigilante under the hood, and so it was a go-getter. But I was young and dumb, and I got rid of it. But I sure wish I had it now.
Janice said that her dad had a 68 El Camino. Her brother ended up with it until it caught fire on the freeway. A total loss, but at least he was okay.
Yeah. I've been in cars that caught on fire on the freeway.
Got it, Lisa. I'm writing it down.
Oh, we got a dinner request?
Yep.
Or a suggestion? What is
Wild man would like barley soup and BLT.
barley soup? Is that, can I just get a little bit of clarification there, old wild guy? Wild man. Can we do a beef barley? beef barley soup. I hope that's okay, because that's sure what I'm looking at when I hear barley. Or that, anybody know the Traffic song, John Barleycorn Must Die? It's a good song. It's a good album. All right. Outstanding.
Yep, the rest of this will be my lunch tomorrow. Didn't finish.
That was good.
That lunch turned out really good.
I feel slightly redeemed for my 17-minute.
Travis says, is there going to be a 1K subscriber special stream for the future?
Oh, yes. There certainly will be. I plan on, I'm going to eat. First of all, I got to pre-qualify this by saying I absolutely hate raw oysters. And for 1,000th sub, I'm going to eat raw oysters with Vienna sausages, and I'm going to pour chocolate syrup and blue cheese dressing on top, and going to get at it. So I intend to do that live, and if at all possible, I want to be in sunny California when I do it, just for the fact if I'm going to eat something that I really don't like raw oysters at all. But if I'm going to eat it, I'd rather eat it fresh rather than something that's been packed and shipped. I'd rather just eat it fresh. So.
Travis says homemade potato soup sounds good with crackers.
Write it down, Mrs. Old Guy. Now I can do potato soup. That particular night, I will have to make something different for Mrs. Old Guy. You are unaware, and that's perfectly fine, that Mrs. Old Guy cannot eat potatoes. I know, it's weird, but she's allergic to them, so. All right.
Lisa said a big yes on that.
A big yes on what?
Beef barley.
Beef barley, okay. Beef barley. Grab my purple poplar.
Ed's here. Hello and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Ed! Hope everything's going good with you. I'm gonna just getting ready to get some dessert rocked. We just had New York strip dinner with some black peppercorn cream and bourbon sauce, asparagus. I did a French onion soup appetizer. And now, this is the puff pastry that I made a little earlier today. It's going to give it a kind of a last little roll out here.
Steve says we truly appreciate you staying on until midnight your time.
We'll see about that.
Eli says don't forget the hominy on the oysters. LOL.
Ooh, bad enough as it is. Yeah, without going that way too. Okay.
Wildman said have an Apple Jacks milkshake.
An Applejack.
Apple Jacks milkshake.
Applejack's milkshake. That'd be all right.
Eddie's doing good. He's in a poker tournament.
Uh-huh.
And he said the menu sounds fantastic. It was fantastic.
Yes, it was. It was really, really good. All right. It's gonna cut
Dessert's gonna be just as well.
somebody's. That looks pretty good. Look. Ooh, I need a little bit of water. Water! Here's this guy I knew in my platoon in the Army. One of his nicknames was Water. His buddies would call him Water, short for watermelon, because they said he had a big watermelon head. And he had a second nickname too, is Hallway. Hallway. Because that's where we'd find him. A lot of times he'd pass out in the hallway, in his room, door open, halfway in his room, not even in his room, just somewhere in the hallway. He had a drinking problem. All right.
It says, you guys pulling an all-nighter? A la Jerry Lewis telethon?
I hadn't planned on it.
Eli says, oh geez, New Year's a thon.
New Year's a thon, huh?
Yep.
Oh, that's gonna stay shut. Okay. Make a couple of these. Any of that we have left over, I'll have with coffee in the morning. Coffee. Right there. Losing it, folks. I am losing it. All right. Pinch these off. A couple more. Like I said, these are going to be good tomorrow. Of course, they're always best fresh, but it's already a half a batch of puff pastry. I'm not sure that I could make a much smaller batch with much luck. All right, let's get this one. Some of this I'll wrap up and throw in the fridge. Make something with it later. Or tomorrow, probably. Not later. What am I thinking? Don't answer that.
Okay.
All right.
No, I wanted to.
Okay. Got 4 of those into the oven. Oh. Set the timer. 18 minutes. Put these aside. If I'd have been smart, which I wasn't, I'd have put this here piece of paper on that tray so that they don't stick to the pan, because I know they're gonna stick to the pan.
Oh, shame on
What difference does it make now? Shame on me, and shame on you.
you. Yep, shame on me too.
All right.
That was quite the shock to see that.
Yeah. It's quite the shock to hear that. I'm just glad that I kept a civil tongue in my mouth. Wasn't being swearing my normal self. Where did I put the red? All right. This can go into the fridge. Mrs. Old Guy, would you please do me a favor and hand me another artificially flavored carbonated beverage? Yep, went up to a bartender once and slammed my fist down. Bartender, I want me an artificially flavored carbonated alcoholic beverage. And he said, what flavor?
Scott says, I'm back. How's the dinner coming?
Scott, dinner was good.
It was delicious.
It was delicious. Dinner come and gone. Now we got dessert in the oven. It's got to bake for a few more minutes. Mmm. I guess I'll put this on for a couple minutes. A little Happy New Year hat. Do I look festive? Come on, do I look festive? No, not particularly. You look like an old man that's got a plastic hat on his head. Oh, ice cold RC, delicious.
Scott's told Eli that he has a 5-liter V8 all-wheel drive in his truck and it can move.
Ah, I bet it can.
Because they were talking about the other trucks and cars. And
Ah,
Janice says, very festive.
very awesome. Thank you, Janice. I guess I feel festive. I'm not sure what I feel right at this moment.
Scott says, are you going to stay up till 12?
I don't know. What else do I need? One of those dunking things that they used to dunk the women. Dunk.
Yeah.
No. I don't know. Butter churn. What do pilgrims have? Musket. What does this poor pilgrim need? You tell me. A pilgrim. I feel like a pilgrim. Went to see the doctor about it. He gave me a cream to rub on it. Don't never go to the doctor for something like that.
Eli said, if you had a musket, that would be the greatest thumbnail ever.
Hey, see, if I turned it around to where you can't see the Happy New Year, then it really becomes a pilgrim hat. Or does it become like a top hat? No, it doesn't become like a top hat, does it? It doesn't have the same shape.
Travis says, have you tried blackberry wine cake? It's been my favorite cake since a kid.
Blackberry wine cake.
That sounds good.
It does. It sounds delicious. Mrs. Old Guy, write that down.
Eli says, Doc, I have a bad case of the pilgrims.
I got a bad case of pilgrims, Doc. Can you help me out?
Scott says, did Colorado get hit with that ice storm last week?
We got snow. I don't know. Some of the areas of the state might have got ice. I know that the Denver area got really bitter cold, with the wind chill like 40 below and stuff. But here on the other side of the state, on the other side of the Continental Divide, the weather was a lot warmer. We were only maybe in the 30s or 20s or so at night, not nearly as cold. But no ice storms here. That doesn't mean that they weren't in the state, just not where we're at. Got lucky on that one.
Yeah, we did.
But we get other storms that Denver doesn't get, so it just depends where it comes from. How the weather thing and the space fluctuations and stuff. I don't know what I'm talking about. That's why we get the weather here that we do. How's that?
Eli said his sister just left yesterday driving from Arizona to Georgia.
That's a long drive. That's like, what, a 3 or 4 day drive? If She's just by herself.
Yeah. Hopefully she has a safe trip.
Yeah, I hope so. Should I put this back? I guess. I'll put it back on. It's like a miniature sweat box for the top of your head. 10 minutes. Just saying 10 minutes and it's 10 minutes, everybody. 2020, 2022. Just a year. Or no different really than some of the other years.
John says you need an ear of corn.
Ear of corn
Yeah.
and a musket and a pilgrim's outfit.
Steve Russell says asparagus doesn't need bacon, in my opinion. What do you think?
No, I don't think it needs it, no. Is it good with it? Absolutely. But does it need it? No. No. It does need some salt. That's what asparagus does need if you're going to eat it. My personal opinion, it needs salt, but yeah, doesn't need bacon. No, I am not going to say that it does. It should. I think some of my favorite things that I did over this last year was the breakfast or the dessert tacos. Those were really, really good. Peaches and the whipped cream and the candied jalapenos. They're just delicious. That was and the bacon. Yes.
Yeah.
And the bacon breakfast tacos. Those were really good. The bacon shell taco. Yes, that was really good. Scrambled eggs. Tasty.
Steve agrees with you.
Steve agrees with me on what?
Asparagus needs salt.
Needs salt? It does, yeah. Needing bacon? No, absolutely not. If anything needs bacon, it's me. I need bacon. I need bacon like bacon needs me. I feel pretty proud of myself for doing that. I didn't knock it over.
Scott says random, but I got a NASA space pin for Christmas. It was $10 and said that it can write on anything in any conditions.
Yep.
It's amazing for work, being able to write in the rain or cold.
I have to say something that my brother Doug favored me with a space pen as well. And you're absolutely right. That's exactly what it says. It can, any weather, any position, or whatever, it writes. And I haven't used it because I just it's a nice keepsake. But yeah, it's pretty cool. They make stuff like that. I guess they need it, huh? Get up into space. Oh, what am I gonna write with? Yeah, poke my finger. Boy, that'd suck. Snowplow going by. I know you didn't hear it, but it's nice to know that they're out keeping the road dry and, well, I mean, not dry, but at least plowed and safe for
Yeah,
the
because
most
we
part.
got a lot of snow
Yeah.
over the last couple of days.
Yeah. About a foot of snow or so, maybe a little more. We got 6 minutes.
Janice says, Scott, that's so funny. I just bought one of those so that I can use it on my crafts. Craft items.
Bought one of what?
One of those space pins.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Steve says, what's for dinner what is for dinner last week, and did you have a food Christmas?
Last week, Christmas Eve, we ate before our live stream, and I just played around with some disappointing Christmas crackers that I thought were from the UK, but actually were made in Phoenix, Arizona, and opened up a couple of Christmas stocking stuffers like a Slinky and
A Jenga game.
a Jenga game, and just kind of played around. I played with the kids' cotton candy maker. Tried making some different flavored sugars to go with it. That some worked, some didn't. They all made cotton candy, just the flavor didn't necessarily carry over. But yeah, that's what we did last Saturday night. And next Saturday night, back to the wheel spins, and we have Chicken a la King for next Saturday night.
Yep.
And I'll spin and Saturday night, and then we'll get that rotation going again. So, and that's why I'm asking now for more food suggestions, more dinner suggestions, so that we have plenty enough to fill the board. So that's what we're looking for. And as they get erased off the board, I intend to immediately replace it. This time I decided that I'd just let the board go empty before I refilled it. But I think this time, after it gets refilled, after every one that gets wiped off, we're going to go ahead and fill that empty spot. So, and OG is going to take a spot. I'm going to take a spot of my own on that wheel, and I can either do something of my choice, or I can pick one off of the wheel. And I think, so that's how that's going to work. We're going to make an OG spot. Oh, golly!
Eli says, I went to space one New Year. Turned out I just passed out on the bed of the pickup truck, looking up at the stars.
Yep.
LOL.
Yep. And they were driving down the road. Whoa, man.
Scott said the pen doesn't need gravity for ink to flow like a normal pen. You can write with the pen turned upside down.
Yep. Yep, they're pretty cool pens. Now, here's one for you, Eli. Here in Colorado, they have the Eisenhower Tunnel that goes through the Continental Divide. I forget how long of a tunnel it is, a mile or so. But was going through there late one night with a buddy. We'd been partying it up, and he was driving a little black, a black Barracuda, and that thing was fast, and we were flying down this tunnel, and he said, "Wow, man, it's kind of like being in one of those launch tubes, like on Star Wars, where you see the fighter going down the long tube and out." And that's just what it was like too. We were flying down this tunnel, lights going flying by, and then all of a sudden, boom! We hit that dark area. I didn't see anything for a few seconds. It kind of scared me. I don't know how he stayed on the road. It was kind of a cool effect, but yeah.
Travis says, do you collect vintage press steel toy trucks like Tonka, etc.?
I don't. Do you? Do you have a toy collection? I don't. I really don't have much of anything in the way of collections. I guess that never really was my thing, to have a collection of one thing or another. Just never really, that kind of thing never really kind of turned my key, so to speak.
Eli says, OG spot on the wheel should be called Manager's Special.
Manager's Special. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Manager's Special. What's the special? People, a lot of people don't realize really what a specials are when you go to like a mom and pop shop. Not that there's anything wrong with the special. I'm going to tell you that right now. But specials are the cook trying to use up something that isn't going to be very good for much longer. And so you make something with it, soup, whatever. Yeah, make some meatloaf with it. It's today's special. Sell it for cheap, better than throwing it away.
Eli says, you just added that tunnel thing to my bucket list.
It was cool. It really was. Find yourself a cool little. I think the smaller and sleeker the car that you do that with, I think the funner it would be. You know, not that it wasn't fun in this guy's CUDA. Beep.
Yeah, I bet that would be fun.
It was. They puffed up pretty nice. They're not quite done. Let's give them another 4 minutes. They look okay, guys. Woohoo! They just need a little bit longer. Still a little bit light. Want to make sure that it cooks all the way through. I don't like raw puff pastry too much.
No.
Not one of the most appetizing things on the planet, that's for sure.
Eli says, just driving in a CUDA is on my bucket list.
Yeah, well, yeah. No, I could see that. The guy that I was with, he took it was a 455 that he took out of his daddy's Buick. And he had to do the transmission and the drive. He had to do a lot of work to make it work right. Put dual 4-barrel carbs on that thing, and it would fly. It was loud, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. Glad it wasn't my car. I would have probably died wrecking it.
Travis says, I don't collect them, but I am really thinking about going to an antique mall and buying some to start the collection.
Nothing wrong with that. Pick something that you like and just kind of go with it. You know, I kind of like old kitchen stuff, and I sort of bought a couple of things, but it's nothing that I would call a collection by any means. So just a couple little things here and there. So now, if that changes and it actually gets to where I can have enough stuff and I start displaying it, well, then I guess that'll officially be a collection. But we ain't there yet. Not if I go that far. There's some things I'm going to have to call a limit to. That there's one of them. We'll see how well these are, this last couple minutes. It makes a difference, really, 2 minutes. But I guess if I was in a 350-degree oven, I wouldn't be here. So, never mind.
Eli says this needs to be a 3-hour stream, New Year's special.
New Year's special. Yeah. Well, we'll see how special it gets. That's always fun to do. I love doing that to little kids, especially the real little ones, like around 1.5 or 2 years old. They just love that. Try to show them how to do it, Yeah, give it a try. It can be fun. It's actually kind of a fun activity. It's sort of satisfying in a way. Don't believe me. I could be used for a bad example, and that's about it. Oh, that looks better. I'll call it good with that 16 seconds left.
Eli says, this is the one time of the year I indulge in some Prosecco. Prosecco?
Yes, liquor.
Cheers.
Well, cheers. Let's take a look at these here. Mm-hmm.
Can you turn it up? There you go.
Cooked to a beautiful golden brown. Nice and puffy. Look at that. Look at that puff. Look at that. I'm so happy. All right. More stuff to get dirty. Woohoo! Let's play Trash the Kitchen.
Miguel says, nice, very nice.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
John wants one.
John, all you gotta do is come on down. Just like on Price is Right, only you're not getting any prizes. You will get one of these little here turnovers. Make it worth your trip. Now normally, I would take the time to make just a little bit of like frosting, but I ain't gonna do that. I don't feel like messing with it. So, I'll give these a hit with a little bit of powdered sugar. Finish them off. Oh, doesn't that look delicious?
It does. Steve says, any resolutions
Crash.
this upcoming year?
Are you asking me? You asking me? I made a New Year's resolution when I was 21. Never to make any more New Year's resolutions. And by golly, I've stuck to it. And I'm proud of that. Mrs. Old Guy, I guess I'll show the folks one last little quick picture here. If I tip it too far, it's going to hit the deck. There you
Eli
go.
says the crazy fireworks have started here already. Going to be a lot of lost and running away dogs, unfortunately.
That's too bad.
Shelters will be full for the next few days.
Yeah. They, when I was stationed in Germany, New Year's Eve was always a lot of fun. They definitely use a lot of fireworks. And they've got some firecrackers there that are, wow. They had some that were about the size of a softball, but they were in a kind of a cube shape. Those things packed quite a wallop. One guy had one, and he got angry that the soda machine in our barracks ripped him off of his money. It had 2 selections for beer and then like 3 selections of soda. And he wanted a beer, and he put his money in, and it didn't give him his beer. He got kind of upset about that. It was his last bit of change, and so he took this big firecracker and he lit it, and he stuffed it up the chute where the soda falls out. Wow. You should have seen that soda machine.
Scott says, random, but do you have a hard time breaking in boots in the military? I'm breaking in some new leather work boots and my feet are tore up.
Yeah, it takes a little while to break them in. A couple days or so of some serious walking. But yeah, yep. They give you a good pain in the foot.
Scott says, yummy. And Eddie says, I'm using that.
What was we using?
I don't know, something that you were talking about, I guess.
I need to know.
Eddie, what are you talking about?
What
are you
what are you using?
Scott says, my sister just sent me a pictures from Germany during the New Year's. The sky was lit up with fireworks. It looked like Disneyland firework display. It was so big.
Oh yeah. Yep. They do up New Year's Eve pretty big there. Pretty big. I had the fortune of having 4 years. Got to celebrate New Year's in Germany, so all good fun. Well, the celebrations were. Being in Germany, it wasn't always fun, but for the most part, it was. Ooh,
Yeah, why not?
ooh, 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 ooh. Wow.
Eli told Scott that on his trip to Alaska he made the mistake of not breaking in his boots before a 30-mile hike.
Ooh.
Let's just say my socks were soaked in blood.
Yep. That's really not a good idea.
No.
And I remember when boot camp, I didn't understand all the little terms. We were walking. It was really, really hot, and the drill sergeant said that you can go ahead and unblouse your boots. Well, I was too new. I didn't understand that blousing your boots, that's, for those of you who have been in the military, you know this, those of you who haven't. On your boots, boom, you wear this strap that goes around, it clips on a little elastic thing, and you tuck your pants up underneath that, and it gives it a nice cuff, and it also keeps critters out of your boots. Well, that's to unblouse your boots. That's what it means, is just to pull your pant legs up out of that little strap and kind of leave your pant legs open. Well, I didn't understand what that meant. I thought it meant loosen your boots. So I untied them and loosened them and finished the other half of I think it was a 12-mile march that day. Yeah. Bloody raw feet. The next few days was a real something.
Scott said, yeah. Told Eli his first day at work with the boots was 12 miles on, and his socks were all bloody also.
Mm-hmm.
And Eddie says your New Year's resolution is what he's going to use.
Oh, is not to make any more New Year's resolutions. Perfect. It's the only one I've ever been able to keep. Now, I don't need to make a resolution to do something. If I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. I don't need to say, oh, I resolve to do this. I don't need to do that. And to prove it, I stopped making resolutions. And I've done all kinds of amazing things, so.
Steve says favorite secret aardvark sauce.
Secret
aardvark sauce.
Secret aardvark sauce.
Yes. Which one is your favorite?
Secret aardvark sauce. Which one is my favorite secret aardvark sauce? Wait. Hang on. Which aardvark sauce? I keep saying SARS. Why am I doing that? I'm not having a stroke, am I? Secret aardvark sauce. I don't know. I don't think I've had it. If I have, I didn't know that's what it was called. secret aardvark sauce.
Travis says, please drive sober, old guy. You don't want to get pulled over.
Nope, I don't drink, so
That won't be a problem.
that's not going to be a problem. And I'm not going anywhere, so that won't
ain't
be
gonna
a problem either.
Yep.
It's snowing and cold, and the roads are not great, even though the plow just went by. Nah, I'm not going anywhere probably at least until Monday, maybe Tuesday. We'll see what the roads are like and how I just feel like maybe I'm just gonna hang out in my jammies all day, and watch cartoons and eat Captain Crunch.
Scott says it wasn't a resolution, but my goal this year was to get a job at the postal office and become a volunteer firefighter and get a girlfriend. I got 2 out of the 3.
Good. Well, a girlfriend will come along, I'm sure. I am very sure.
Eli says, what is a good savory dish I could use cream cheese in? I have some I want to use up.
Savory dish. You can make the old, what is that, pinwheel thing where you smear the cream cheese on tortilla and roll it up. Only you add like stuff that you like in it, like maybe some garlic and some pimento, maybe a little onion, some jalapenos. You could even toss in some like chorizo, cooked up chorizo. You can throw some of that in there. Mix it all up real good. Smear it off on some tortillas. Roll those up and slice them into pieces, bite size. That's, and 1 8-ounce pack of cream cheese will make a bunch. So.
Scott says, do Polly and Chum like the snow?
Yeah, they go out and play in it. It's kind of fun to watch them. I like to call it play steam shovel, where they're walking along and just open their mouth and scoop up a mouthful of snow and walk and eat it as they go. And no, I do not eat the yellow snow. They don't either, as far as I know. Thought about buying one of those bottles of what do they call it, sparkling grape juice. And then I stopped myself. Because I don't really like it that much to make it worth buying a bottle for. Saying something that I really don't give a whole lot about anyway. New Year, Schmoo Year.
Eli says, I forgot about pinwheels. That's what he will be doing tomorrow.
Makes a great little snack. You bet. Pop them in. You can make yourself a savory cheesecake as well, Eli. Use the same stuff. Maybe even just a little bit of finely ground rosemary. Add you an egg. Couple. No, see, if you're using 1 pack of cream cheese, 1 egg would probably be plenty. Mix that in with just a little bit of flour, your spices, your herb, your chorizo, and your onions, jalapeno. It'd make a savory cheesecake. That'd probably be pretty good.
Sounds like it.
Serve it warm. These turned out pretty good.
Yeah, they did. It's still really hot.
The puff paste could have used just a little more salt. Other than that, I'm pretty pleased with the half a batch. Worked out pretty nicely. It puffed! Just like the Magic Dragon. Okay, that was kind of dumb. It didn't puff like the Magic Dragon. Didn't really puff like anything. Just puffed like itself. I'm talking gibberish now, so you'll have to forgive me. You don't have to forgive me. It'd be nice if you did.
Eli says so, almost like a not so eggy quiche.
Yeah. If you're using cream cheese. Yeah, I don't think I've ever made a quiche with cream cheese. But yeah, I guess it would kind of be that.
Eli says, enjoying the stream, let's keep it going. John says, Happy New Year's, everyone. Love y'all.
Happy New Year to you too, John.
Travis says, what's your favorite TV show?
Well, see, now there is a problem. How do I say this? We have a TV, but I don't watch TV. Where we live, we don't get regular broadcast TV. So everything I watch is offline. So I'm either watching YouTube or like HBO channel or Amazon Prime. So if I had to go off a TV show off of one of those or a show off of one of those, I like Pennyworth. That's it. That's a pretty good new show. I don't know if you've seen it, but I like Pennyworth. And what other TV show was it? I don't know. I like the old ones. Like old as me, old ones.
Scott says, a random act of helping the community. I was delivering mail and a person's flagpole rope snapped in a huge windstorm. I stopped, took the flag off the ground, and folded it and put it on their table.
That was nice.
Yeah. Eli says, favorite comedy movie or series? Or series.
Well, there's a whole bunch of comedy movies that I like, but as far as comedy movies that came out with a series, which I can go with that, like a series, I mean more than one movie, I would have to go with Porky's. Porky's was really fun. And there was another one. Fridays. I like the Fridays trilogy there. And I think the scary movie ones were pretty funny too. So I think those three would be ones that I could, answer to and that you might know of what they are. Other than that, I'm going to go into ones that are old and you probably don't know.
Steve wants to know, what's your favorite kind of steak?
My favorite cut. Boy. Guess I'm going to have to say the filet mignon is my favorite cut, but I hardly ever get it. I think the one that would probably get more often than that would be a T-bone. Oh, so I'll go with T-bone. Porterhouse is right there too. I was just talking to my brother about T-bone steaks and porterhouses.
Yep.
How about you? What's your favorite steak? All of y'all. All y'all.
Eli says, are talking about the same Friday movies? LOL with Ice Cube?
Yeah. Hey, Smokey, what you doing behind them bushes? Yeah, those are fun movies, man. Absolutely. Yep.
Steve says ribeye.
Ribeye, yeah. We basically had that last night with ribeye, also known as prime rib. Yep. Yum. Yep.
Yep, it was good last
Just
night.
had just a small 2-bone section of prime. They had it on sale at the local market, so I figured that would make a good dinner, plus the pan drippings for my French onion, and that was a success.
Scott says I love New York steak or a London broil. I'm not a big fan of the bones or a ribeye. I'm weird.
No, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, New York is just a part of the T-bone. So, yeah, there's really there's not much difference between a New York strip and a T-bone, other than the other little part of the fillet that you get and the bone. Other than that, it just is pretty much the same steak. Some are definitely better than others.
Janice said Ed likes a ribeye. I like that too, but I also like the filet because I don't eat as much.
A fillet? Sure. Why not?
Lisa says
Flank
Tom,
steaks are good. Flat iron steaks, go ahead.
make us some Swiss steak dinner.
Swiss steak. Yep. I love Swiss steak. This old guy's going to write that down.
And Eli says, oh wow, I would never have guessed that you were into the Friday franchise. One of my favorites. So memorable lines, haha, salute OG.
Oh, yeah, man. You got nectar! Freak out! That cracks me up every time I see it. Barbecue's so good it make you want to slap your own mama. Yeah, funny movies. Enjoyed every minute of it. Yeah, fun stuff. Definitely.
Scott said filet is his favorite. And interesting, didn't know that about a New York. I don't like fatty steak.
But got to remember, that fat marbled through the steak is what makes it tender. It also adds a ton of flavor. You find a steak that's real lean, chances are, unless it's one of the really higher quality cuts, it's gonna be tough. That's just all there is to it. That's why Wagyu beef and Kobe beef is so expensive and sought after, because of that fat content in there. It makes it tender and juicy.
Scott says he normally uses a leftover steak to make beef stroganoff.
Yeah, beef stroganoff's yummy. I love that. When we got some leftover prime, I might make some out of that.
Yeah.
So that's a good idea. That's a really good idea. So I was talking about some of the favorite ones I did this year, favorite dishes. I think another one I did was the chicken stuffed shells. Did a lemon pepper stuffed chicken shell. A lemon pepper chicken that I stuffed into the shells. They got breaded and deep fried, and then I made Alfredo sauce to go on top, and it was absolutely amazing. Really, really good. Definitely one of the highlights of the year. Very tasty.
Lisa said that Wild Man likes Delmonico steak.
Delmonico steak. I don't know what that is, but
Oh, yeah, I don't
this
think
old
I-
guy's gonna write it down. If it's something I can make, I'll make it. Budgetary limits do apply. I can't. Not gonna go out and buy super expensive stuff. But hey, if it's within reason, I'm all over it. I like to try new stuff, and that's part of the reason why this Saturday night in the kitchen kind of became a regular thing, just because of the variety that I get to cook now for dinners. It's, you kind of fall into that same old dull routine of, hamburger, chicken, pork. It's like, what are we gonna do today? So it's kind of nice on Saturdays to have somebody else pick the menu, kind of, and look forward to making it. So, and I'm also going to continue, I think, the way I have been with asking, taking the poll, is giving you folks a choice of desserts to vote on for the live streams, whether I can make it on the stream or just have it on the stream, one or the other. But I'm going to continue doing that so that you guys can continue to give me the input for that part of the dinner as well. So, because dessert matters. ADM. All desserts matter. That's something I can get behind.
I'm going to get caught up here real quick.
Sure.
Johnny Smallpepper's here.
Johnny Smallpepper, Happy New Year!
Eli said John Witherspoon was one of the great TV movie comedians. He basically got paid to play himself. Whenever you get a chance, check out his YouTube channel, Cooking for Poor People.
Okay.
He was a character. Rest in peace. So he must have passed.
Hands up for those of you that know Yucko the Clown. Yucko El Payaso.
Scott says, have you ever had a tomahawk steak?
A tomahawk steak.
And what is the difference between that and a New York?
The bone, I would think. I don't know. And the tomahawk, I have not actually had one, that particular way, but I have seen them. But I've not actually, had the tomahawk steak. Look good, and I bet they're delicious. Nope.
Travis wants to know what steak sauce you prefer.
Well, boy, if we're talking the two major brands, which is A1 and Heinz 57, if I have my choice, I will mix them both, and I'll eat them both because I like them both. So, difficult for me to pick one, because sometimes I feel like having one over the other. So, but all around, I guess, boy, that's really hard for me to pick. I want to say A1, but I'm probably going to go with Heinz 57, just because I think I like it a little bit more. So, other than my steak sauce.
John requested chicken quesadillas.
Chicken quesadillas.
And Lisa said, Tom, that is a ribeye.
A ribeye,
A
yes.
steak that Wildman likes.
Yes, the ribeye, yes.
Scott's told Travis, if you haven't tried it, to get some Kinder's barbecue sauce. It's in the stores and it's awesome. It's hot. The hot and mild are great.
Nice.
Scott says we haven't heard of that one. I'm going to give it a try. Janice told Scott tomahawk steaks are the ribeyes without the bone in it.
Yep.
Or with the bone still attached.
Right. Ribeye, right, which is different from the T-bone, different area. It's kind of set up like, you cut it one way, and you get this, and you cut it another way, and you get that. So
Eli says it's hard to beat a good New York strip steak. Marbling to price ratio is good.
yes, you gotta have some decent, like the ones that we got tonight. Those weren't the cheap, the run-of-the-mill New York strips. They were kind of pricey for what they were, but
Yeah.
well worth it. They were just super tender, delicious. Had nice marbling in them. You can't beat it. Well, you could beat it, but
Lisa requested stuffed peppers.
stuffed peppers, yum. I like stuffed peppers. Ah,
John says, what about lemon chicken?
lemon chicken. And down it is written. Written it is down.
Let's see here, what else I need to catch up with.
Sometimes things on TV are bigger than they appear. Or smaller than they appear. Like this lamp. Not on TV, on photograph. Amazon. Do you need to catch me up on something?
No, I'm just trying to make
Okay.
sure I didn't miss something.
I ordered this lamp. You can't see it, but just above me here, we've got this old ceiling lamp that it doesn't work very well, and it doesn't really go with the rest of the kitchen. So I thought I'd get a new kitchen light, and I'm looking on Amazon, and I saw this one. It was pretty cool. It was like a moose scene in the mountains where you see a moose and so forth. It looked pretty cool. Silhouette, of course, and so well, sure, let's order that up. You know, wow, it's a little bit pricey, but okay. Ordered it up, and it's it's like 11 inches square. It's just this tiny little blade thing. So yeah, that's that. And that was the return thing that Polly chewed up. But luckily, she didn't break anything. She just chewed up the packing.
The box, yeah.
The box, but yeah, boy, things you got to really pay attention to that stuff.
Scott told Travis, if you ever get a chance to go to California, find a Kinder's barbecue restaurant. Their sandwiches are amazing. We'll have to check that out next time we go that way.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of things that we got to do next time, and I'm hoping that next time we go to California, it's not just 1 day or 2 days or 3 days. I would like to see at least 5. So
Yep.
and we'll see what happens and when that happens. So it will at some point, I think.
Yep. Eli says, I have been putting my pineapple salsa verde he made on everything.
Mm.
I just wish I knew what kind of pepper is that I'm growing. I can't find the exact pepper in any reference material.
Uh-oh. Well, geez, and I would be absolutely the wrong person to ask about what type of pepper it is. So, yeah, I don't know.
Scott says, speaking of lamps, I was delivering mail and a person had a huge bay window in the front of their house. You would think they would have a Christmas tree. No, it's a leg lamp from the Christmas Story.
Nice. Nice. Yeah, I looked at those online. They're really expensive for one of those lamps. Heck, even just the tabletop model, it's maybe where the leg is like maybe 11 inches tall. It's really expensive, over $100 just for that little one. I think the full size one was like close to $300 or so. It's like, wow, that's a lot of money for a plastic leg lamp.
Eli says, OG, you have to drive down the Pacific Coast Highway.
We did.
We did, and it was fun.
Yeah, it was beautiful. We took it down from, let's see, we left San Francisco and we drove down a couple hundred miles maybe to, boy, I can't remember the city that it was near, but we went to Casa de Fruta because I saw Val at Trippy Food do an episode there. So I thought, well, since we're up in the area, so we went to Casa de Fruta. That was fun, and we left from there, and it was about a 40-minute or 45-minute drive, seems like, from there to the Coast Highway 1, and we took it down till, trying to remember how far down we took it to, quite a ways, and got down to where we had to break east and go to Sequoia National Forest. So we got to drive down several hours down the
Yep.
Coast Highway. Yeah, pretty cool. Yeah, pretty cool. Do it again sometime.
Yep. Scott said the lake lamp he saw looked like it was in the one from the movie, and the Pacific Coast Highway is an amazing drive. Such a nicer, so much nicer than taking the 5.
Yeah, I bet it is. We were on Highway 5 a little bit while we were there, our last long vacation. So yeah, there's a lot of things that I learned from the last couple times we went.
Yep.
Namely, not to get into the Los Angeles area between the hours of like 5 and 7, because if you don't know where you're going and you're driving into the sun and it's busy highways, it could be a little confusing.
Eli says, since I'm a pepperhead, people bring me hot stuff whenever they visit. I think I need the seeds. I think the seeds may have come from some pepper from California.
Okay. So there's so many different kinds of hot peppers right now. It's not simple like it used to be. Just jalapeno, habanero, maybe some serranos, spicy peppers, and then they start going off with the ghost pepper and scorpions and 7-pot, and it's like, oh boy. So
Eli says, OG's really enjoying that egg de-yolker.
I know it. It's good for other things too, like rubbing your head. No, seriously, I tried doing this, and that actually kind of hurts.
Scott said the 405 in the LA is a definition of miserable.
Yeah. Well, yeah, if we go back, how I'm going to do it is drive partway to Las Vegas, stay there, and then drive from Vegas the rest of the way, so that I can get there in the Los Angeles area maybe around the 10 o'clock in the morning era, so that I'm not, not there at lunchtime, and I'm not there at morning rush, but kind of maybe catch that in between. I don't know what I'm talking about because I've only been there a couple times. So.
Lisa says Wild Man would like to know if you like baked beans and hot dogs. That's a cowboy dinner.
Oh yeah, I like baked beans and hot dogs. You bet. Beanie Weinies. Now Mrs. Old Guy, she does not like hot dogs, so I can't make like beanie weenies. Well, I can, but it's pain to make it just for one person. So if I do it, she'll eat the beans and sausage, like Polish sausage or something like that.
Janice said the 405 is a parking lot from about 3 to 7.
Okay. Well, that lets me know. Gonna be sure to get there a lot earlier than I did last time. And the time of year will matter too. We drove there in October, and of course, sun was going down at 7 o'clock. If we got there in June or July, when the sun goes down a little bit later, it might not have been so bad. But driving into the sun, that wasn't great.
Travis said movie theater tickets and their food are really overpriced. The candy there is about $10 for a small bag.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Oh yeah, going out to stuff like that anymore is outrageous. I think the last movie that we went to go see in the theater was, I think when 300 came out. And it was Mrs. Old Guy and I and my son and his friend. And it cost me $100 for 4 tickets, 4 sodas, some popcorn, and a little bit of candy. $100 later.
Yep.
And that was, how many years ago did 300 come out? 10, 12 years ago? I can imagine what it'd be now.
Lisa said that's fine about the baked beans and hot dogs.
Yeah. We definitely, if you could write that down, put baked beans and sausage on there.
Okay. Eli says, have you ever tried haggis?
Haggis, yes, I've tried haggis. I've had it from a couple of different sources. So some haggis I don't like. I'm not sure if it was the particular blend of organs that they used or if it was maybe a different animal. But there was something about some of the haggises that I've had that I just did not like. Others are really good, so it just kind of depends. It really does. And there's one thing that got put down as a request a little while back, and that's full English breakfast. And I want to do that. You know, it'll come up at some point, but the blood pudding, or the sausage, the blood sausage. Good luck with me finding that around here. I don't know what there is a Mennonite community around that might make it. I don't know, but trying to find that here is not going to be easy. It's just not as popular here as it is in UK. It can be had.
Scott says there's a famous donut shop between LA and Vegas. He thinks it's called the Donut Man.
Cool. I don't know if we passed by it or not. We may have.
We may have.
It's hard to say.
Eli says, has anybody seen new Avatar? No spoilers, but it's worth the 3-hour investment.
No,
Is
I haven't.
it worth the 3-hour investment?
I haven't seen it yet, so I liked the first one okay. So yeah, I'll check it out. I wanted to watch the new Predator movie, the one that takes place in the 1800s. But you can only watch it on Hulu.
Which one?
The new Predator movie. Yeah, and I was pretty disappointed about that. It's like, really? I can't just rent the movie. You know, I'll gladly pay the $20 for the rental. But no, you gotta have a subscription to Hulu. And that's really not the problem. The problem is remembering to cancel the subscription. And I always end up, 3 months later, heck, I didn't want to pay for that anymore. So, yeah, it's just gonna have to wait till I can get it another way. I'm not gonna do it. I refuse.
Scott says the last movie he saw in the theater was Avengers Endgame. Is it odd that the last movie theaters I saw was the Endgame? Haha.
Yeah, I don't know.
Jenna says we like going to the Donut Man. It's up in Glendora on Route 66. The peach donuts are the best. They are better than the strawberry, but they only make them for a couple of weeks in the summer.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Yep. Just like here, there are peaches all over the place. Come about the second week of August, they start coming in, and yeah, yummy. They got all kinds of peach stuff. They have a peach festival in Palisades. I don't know if you've ever heard of Palisade peaches or not, but they have their peach festival every year. Peach ice cream.
Eli says Mennonites make really good cheese.
They do.
Natalie Nicole's back, saying hello again on her last break.
Bye, Natalie. Happy last break.
She says it's been an eventful shift. We lost power at my job for 30 minutes.
Oh, wow. Attention shoppers, huh?
Eli says there's a new predator.
There is a new predator. Like I said, it takes place in the 1800s. This time they're fighting Native Americans. And it really looked like a really cool one. And I really wanted to see it, but stinking Hulu, man. They don't know what they're doing.
Scott says if you're going to make baked beans and meat, you can try to order some B&M brown molasses bread. Toasted with butter, with baked beans and beef patty with ketchup is awesome.
Now that's canned bread.
B&M brown molasses bread.
Right? Is that the bread that is in a can? The name is familiar to me, but I'm just wondering if that the brown bread that you get in a can. I've seen it. I just don't remember if that's what it is or not. Well, what?
That's it.
That's it?
That's it.
Or that's it?
We're all caught up.
I guess that's it. I'm done.
Scott said, yeah, it's the canned bread.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I thought so. It sounds okay. I'd try it. The only problem is finding a place that has the brown bread. Walmart might have it. Maybe.
Maybe. Hey, Natalie, does Walmart have it?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if she's still there.
Eli says, I have to watch that Predator. I always set calendar reminder to cancel subscription after I watch what I wanted to. LOL.
Yeah, I just, my luck, I'd write it down on the calendar just to make sure that I didn't forget, and I wouldn't look at the calendar for 6 months. This is how I roll.
Scott says his dad made him that meal every week as a kid growing up.
What meal? The beans or the bread?
The beans and
Beans in the bread?
the bread, yes.
Right on. Plow going by. Going the other way this time.
Yep. But we're still not going out nowhere.
No, we're still not going anywhere. And we don't really know where to go. We don't drink. No sense in going to the bar. There is a couple bars down in town, but what am I going to do down there? Go buy a soft drink.
Scott says I haven't found the bread in the store. I haven't found the bread in the store in a few years. I think you need to order it on Amazon, but it's pricey and not worth it.
Probably not. Just like they got this canned, I think it's Keystone. I might be wrong on the brand, but a canned beef, and all it is they're chunks of beef with water and salt, and they pack it in a can, they cook it in the can, and off it goes. It's a good product, but it's expensive. It's like $10 for just a small can. But hey,
Lisa wants to know what was in the red can you was drinking on the table.
In this can, Dr. Pepper. Dr. Depper.
Scott says, have you ever gone bowling?
Have I ever gone bowling? Yeah. I've bowled a game or two.
It's been a while, but
It's been a while, yeah. Yeah, of course, yeah, I've been bowling. Never was in a bowling league or anything like that, but
Eli says, did you know that Chuck Norris can play the violin with a piano?
he's got many talents.
Lisa said okay about the Dr. Pepper.
Ah, okay. Yep, Dr. Pepper. Dr. Decker.
Scott says he hasn't heard a Chuck Norris joke in years.
Chuck Norris jokes. Oh, folks, I think I'm going to wind the stream down. I want to get down. Well, you know, I'm going to sit down. Not that I'm already sitting down, but I want to get some editing done. And I think I could probably be a little more productive than just sitting here flapping my yap. Put a stopper in this gob and head on down the road.
Eli says we need an OG stand-up video.
An OG stand-up video? I don't think so.
Scott says that he used to bowl a lot. His highest score was 276, but he averaged in the low 200s.
Did you? I think my average is like 91. I don't know. My average was never good. Was never very good. I never bowled enough to, on any regular basis, to really be very good at it. It was fun to go with my friends, and we'd bowl sometimes, and that was it.
Scott says, oh no, Tom, you need to stay up till 12. LOL, just kidding. Thanks for having a stream tonight. It was awesome.
Well, I enjoy having my live streams, mostly because I really look forward to y'all coming down and visiting with this old man on a Saturday night when y'all could probably be doing something a little more entertaining than that. So I appreciate it. I've heard Val say it, and I'm going to say it. This is the highlight of my week when I get to come out here and cook for you guys. And I'm always happy to see my regular folks come in. I'm always happy to see new folks come in. And this is just one thing that I really like to look forward to every week, and I really do. And without you guys, it would really be pointless. So, but before I get out of here, I want to hope that, I want to say hope, I want to wish all of you a very happy new year, and I hope that it is filled with happiness and new friends and fun things and great times, and any bad or troubled times I hope are very few and far between. I'm going to get out of here, I think.
Yep,
Yeah?
1 minute.
Okay.
Eli says his bowling average was about 8 beers.
8 beers, yeah, okay.
And Scott says his dad loved to have a drink and watch me bowl and talk. Good memories. And Travis said your streams are awesome. Keep it up.
Thank you, Travis. I appreciate
And
it.
good night and Happy New Year from Jen.
Thank you, Janice. Happy New Year and good night to you too. Thank you so much, everybody, for hanging out. I'm going to get out of here, but as always, please go out and help out in your community. Give back in some way, all right? Even if it's only an hour helping out a neighbor, do something. Just help out somebody in your community. I'll see you next Saturday night when we get back to the regular thing, the regular spin of things, and with some chicken a la king. All right. Y'all have a good night and Happy New Year!
Steve said.